Vice News has become eminently ignorable. I've done video about that, and I would continue to ignore them and encourage you to ignore them, but y'all gasp, they misspelled my name. So. They misspelled my name. And that is the least of their sins toward little old me. Interns are going to have to be fired because they are either lazy or evil. I guess maybe Vice wouldn't fire people for lying and being evil, but at least for being lazy, y'all. How about some due diligence? Okay, so I woke up this morning and someone had sent me this video from Vice, which there are a couple of clips from me. This is from a playlist of theirs, The Business of Crime. Now, the YouTube The Business of Crime playlist doesn't have anything about Christchurch yet. Yes, this is about Christchurch. But maybe it will soon. They wrote a story. There was a story on Vice that I did a video about. You can find it in my notes here. I don't know if they'll end up doing a video. We'll see how much they have to dig around to find something. Because when you watch this video, it's almost like a sad appendage, the Moscow stuff. And I've got several videos. I'm going to talk about my channel shortly. I've got several videos just talking about, they are basically accusing Christ Kirkers of living their lives, just being regular people who start businesses and buy buildings and live life. Horror of horrors. But meanwhile, to the important stuff. The important stuff is the stuff with me. Gasp. Here we go. Whew.
While the Latter-day Moonies fret about malign unseen forces perverting the American nation, another U.S. town offers a case study in how to attempt a stealthy takeover.
The real problem is that Moscow is dying.
Moscow is a...
Okay, the real problem is that Moscow is dying. Now, please check this out. Oh, goodness.
Another U.S. town offers a case study in how to attempt a stealthy takeover.
The real problem is that
Moscow is dying. Look, y'all, they did not spell my name correctly. And what does that reveal more profoundly? Oh, I'll tell you.
It's dying.
Moscow is a small, superficially tranquil city in Idaho and home to the Christchurch Group, a 2,000-person strong, ultra-conservative congregation formed in the 90s.
I was there.
Led by Douglas Wilson, a deeply controversial slavery apologist, the group have called for the establishment of a theocracy in the U.S. In late
You know what I just noticed? They also misspelled Canon Press. They got this footage from Canon Press and misspelled canon, because they are deeply ignorant about anything religious.
Led by Douglas Wilson.
Look at that. Canon with two N's. Goodness gracious.
Wilson, a deeply controversial slavery apologist, the group have called for the establishment of a theocracy in the U.S. In late 2021, reports broke
I'm coming
of the
again.
group's
I'm
growing
coming. Here I come.
influence in Moscow, with downtown land purchases and aggressive attempts to influence local businesses and initiatives. Concerned residents spoke of how the church were looking to expand and attract new members to settle in the area. Perhaps unsurprising, given its stated goal is to make Moscow a Christian town.
If Christchurch is a racist, sexist cult, it must be combated.
If Christchurch is a racist, sexist cult, it must be combated. I'm a concerned resident. I feel like I have been featured in The Onion. Man, the first real person to be in an Onion story. Concerned resident. Y'all, let me tell you a little something about my channel and about the video these clips were taken from. Y'all, my channel is clickbaity and Vice. Your interns, please let it be the interns, have fallen for clickbait. The video that those clips were taken from is this one here on the upper left. Christ Church in Moscow must be a cult. I mean, look, I use Kool-Aid. In this video, the whole subject of the video is how just the tactic is, the tactic to discredit Christ Church is to just repeat the word cult over and over again. Just keep saying cult. The video itself is actually about the close-mindedness of those who are opposing the Christians who are moving here. They're just Christians moving here because they like being in Idaho. I can't tell you how many Californians have moved here because they like being in Idaho. And they are being harassed. They are not being welcomed. That's what the video is about. Here's what y'all did. Those two clips are my first words in that video. The first clip that was played is how I introduced the video, and then it's my music and my intro. And then immediately after that, I say, if Christ Church is a cult, it must be combated. And then y'all didn't watch the other 7 minutes of my video. Someone should be fired for that. It indicates that their work is going to be sloppy and lazy about anything, about some important things maybe. Does it maybe indicate that Vice as a whole is sloppy? So if you look at these videos, I have videos about how Vice sucks, about how The Guardian was lazy in reporting their stories. I also have an amazing video which 145 people watched. I mean, that's how trash my channel is, and that's what you guys are citing incorrectly. Eating the tiniest passion fruit. 145 people watched me eat a passion fruit. There I am on the bottom there eating the tiniest passion fruit. I am proud to say that thousands of people have watched me eat a guava. So there is that. Meanwhile, y'all are falling for my clickbait. You know, I recorded this video and I gave it the title I did, Christ Church in Moscow Must Be a Cult, because I hoped that some locals would watch this and maybe see a little something from the other side. See a little something from a Christian who has moved to the area and is happy that his kids can be educated here and grow up here, and take note of the hostility and the lack of welcome, and that we're people. What I did not expect, and that has happened, by the way. Meanwhile, we've got some news reporter and some intern off in a studio somewhere willing to say that people are cultists, to suggest that people are criminals, and they can't even watch the entirety of the YouTube video that they clip from. That's evil. At the beginning of the video, I said, hey, get fired for laziness, get fired for evilness. Evilness, yes, sir. Sloth is evil. You're willing to be lazy about this. You are slandering people. Until you do your due diligence, get out there and actually be a real reporter. And what I would appreciate personally is that you put me on the side I want to be on. Goodness gracious, I'm the concerned resident. Your written story, the written story on Vice, has a link in it to a YouTube channel dedicated to hearing the stories of those who have been traumatized by Christ Church. Get up in there. Quote, clip from that and leave my handsome mug alone. So long, everybody. The peace of Christ be upon you.
Our educational system, and indeed our society as a whole, was destroyed in the 19th century by the German influence.
Really?
Ability as a concept turned into a mechanical, empirical construct. You may be a beneficiary of this system,